Good morning, everyone. Today's speech is called 20 Years Later. 20 years ago, in America, there was a terrible terrorist attack. This event was long before any Ottomai student was born. So it is reasonable you have no idea and no feeling about that time in history. But I want to talk to you a little bit about that time. 20 years ago, on September 11, 4 large airplanes with people on them were hijacked. The hijackers were from terror groups that you might know. Those groups were called Al-Qaeda and ISIS. And the leader of those terrorists was a man named Osama bin Laden. The terrorists took 4 large airplanes and crashed them in different places. 2 airplanes crashed into very large towers in New York City. 1 airplane crashed into the Pentagon building, and 1 airplane crashed in the countryside because the passengers were fighting with the terrorists. It was a very strange and crazy time. 2,977 people were killed in America, and there was huge damage done to New York City. America believed that Afghanistan terrorists were trying to kill all Americans. And after that, there were many army soldiers sent to Afghanistan to find the terrorists. So many airplanes and so many bombs and so many people were killed. And things began to get very confused and very difficult. The Americans first went to Afghanistan and then later decided to also go to Iraq and fight people there. The American leaders told the world they were fighting terrorists everywhere, and the world believed America and supported them for many years. But after a while, the wars in Afghanistan and in Iraq did not stop. They continued. More people were killed. More people went to both Afghanistan and Iraq. Many leaders in the armies did not know when the war would stop. And finally, after 20 years, President Biden in America decided the war was finished and all the soldiers should go home. But now we have many questions. Why did the war not stop sooner? Why did so many people die in these wars? And when we look at the numbers of people who died in these 2 wars, it's shocking. After the 2,997 people in America, there were 3,576 soldiers from America, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and UK. Over 68,000 Afghani army soldiers died, and over 46,000 city and country people in Afghanistan also died. And the total is over 212,000 people. This is unbelievable. And of course it's terrible that 3,000 people in America were killed. We must never forget that. But we must also remember that the war after that killed another 200,000 people. So we need to ask the question, when is war necessary? The American example that we now have in history shows us that war, as revenge, brings a huge amount of human death. And we must find better ways to prevent and stop terror. And we must find better ways to respond when we are attacked. When we think about war, we must think about our leaders. Right now, Japan is choosing a new prime minister. And in my country, in Canada, we are choosing a leader too. It's very important for us as people to understand history and news so we can choose good leaders. A bad leader can do huge damage to a country, and a good leader can save many humans. Voting and choosing your leader is a very, very important thing that we do. But maybe the news is boring. Maybe you are not interested in history or government. I understand your feeling. When we watch leaders speak on television, it always makes me sleepy. But we must be awake, and we must watch them carefully and understand who they are. Let's promise each other to stay awake and choose good leaders, understand history, and think more about safety and responsibility to other people. We are the people who choose our leaders, and we must talk together to make good communities, good cities, good prefectures, and good countries. It's our job and our duty. Let's do our best to stop terrorism and be very careful about war. Japan and Canada are leaders in peace around the world. Let's be proud of our countries and do our best to be safe, healthy, and educated. Thank you very much, and have a great day.